Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more One Punch Man. Okada, it's always good to see you. Let's go ahead and get started with today's chapter, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to more One Punch Man. In the last chapter, we pretty much had everyone thinking like, oh, what's gonna happen now with the My Mask? What's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen there? And we pretty much end the note with Neo Heroes putting together like, well, this is what's happening to the Heroes Association, but Blue is gone. The leader of the Neo Heroes is gone because he's gone out to seek out a My Mask for himself and defeat him. Because that would be the first major job for Neo Heroes is bringing in this monster. However, given the fact that only Saitama knows where a My Mask is, if Blue ever encounters him, it is not going to be easy getting that information out of Saitama. And because it's Saitama. So let's see what happens in Punch 218, Great Contributions. And may I say, what a wonderful contribution to humanity that we get wonderful art by Yusuke Murata. Because we have on the cover here, Captain Mizuki. Like I said, a wonderful contribution to humanity. And we have Blue, who is just in the middle of a destroyed city. Yeah, we have Blue in the middle of a destroyed city looking out. And he's just looking out at the city, and he's looking at his watch that's showing where he is. The Monster Association incident destroyed City Z, so it's the perfect place to hide a My Mask. Oh wait, he was headed this way, towards City Z. The Monster Association incident destroyed City Z, so it's the perfect place to hide a My Mask. Capturing him here could require more people. And a hero from the Hero Association is interfering. Because Blue was there. When Saitama sailed through the air with the My Mask held on to him, Blue saw and tried to chase after him. He's fast. Who is it? He hasn't stopped leaping at top speed despite carrying a monster, and he's opening the distance between us. And it shows Blue attempting to power up in order to keep up with Saitama during that time. This is when Saitama was off with the My Mask. Blue was actually trying to chase him, but Saitama just kept opening the distance further and further. I can only do this once per suit, but I have no choice. I have to release my suit's limiter. And he continues to, and then he braces himself. He braces himself to launch directly at Saitama, and it looks like he manages to catch up to Saitama, but when it looks like Blue is about to grab onto him, he gets interrupted by Genos! Genos jumps in between them going, "What are you doing? Halt! Demon Cyborg? Who are you?" He got away. And it shows Saitama just disappearing into the distance. Why did you stop me? A pro hero's absconding with a monster. The media is all over it, so don't play dumb. Surely the Hero Association isn't protecting a My Mask. So what's that speedy Baldy doing? Answer carefully, or I'll have to get rough. And Blue, not knowing who he's talking to, is just like bracing up for a fight, and then Geno speaks. I detect high energy levels around your right forearm. You are equipped with a special weapon, too powerful for a mere civilian to carry. Possession of lethal weapons by anyone unlisted in the Hero Registry is forbidden. Yet you did it before you registered, Genos. I've looked into pro heroes highly proficient in combat, and I'm not a private citizen. My name is Blue. I'm the leader of Neo Heroes. Neo Heroes. I see. Then we do not need to fight. Wait! You interfered with my hero work! At least answer a question! What's that caped chrome dome going to do with a My Mask? And it shows Saitama just off in the cityscape, constantly bouncing through the city with him. I do not know. He is acting apart from the Hero Association's will. No one binds Master Saitama. What? Hey, doesn't that bother you? Aren't you a Class S hero? I said wait! And Genos just leaves him. Then we get back to the present day. Interference allowed a my mask to get away. The HA's management and heroes are rotten to the core, so cooperation with them is unthinkable. And then his gauntlet rings. A monster has appeared? And then we get back to the Heroes Association, where we have those same heroes that tried to, rough up Saitama when he first got there with his new apartment. The do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do dudes. The dudes with the musical notes and headphones. He's speaking going, like long sighs. And then we get the toad guy, the dude with the frog outfit going, why the long sighs? Say what you want to say, including the dude that dresses up like a butterfly. Say what you want to say, but I can't lend you money. Scout approached me from that group called Neo Heroes. They really want me as the Hero Forte. Forte, that's his name. They really want me as the Hero Forte, and they offered monthly pay double what I get now. Seems they noticed a travesty of the HA burying me as a Class A hero despite my rare and outstanding talents. But I'd hate to leave you two behind, so... And then Frog Dude and Butterfly Dude both go, actually, they approached me too. And me. I got a pamphlet and contract. Huh? You what? Oh, then, are you gonna join? I'm considering it. Me too. They'll prepare clothing, food, and shelter. Unlike the HA, they prioritize hero safety and don't request anything too reckless. They provide equipment to low rankers and newbies and don't impose a quota. When an incident arises, AI selects reliance on AI. When an incident arises, AI selects personnel suited to the task and dispatches teams of 3 or more heroes. For transportation, they station armored vehicles and light aircraft in each city. The only constraint is they cancel the registration of anyone found lacking in common sense. And mind you, while they're having this conversation, they're also watching over Pochi and Spermatozoon, who's still pretending to be a monkey, a pet monkey. So while he tries to go towards for some food, Toad Dude just gives it to him because he's steadily trying to build up his strength. Mind you, he's secretly trying to build up his strength again. The only constraint is they cancel the registration of anyone found lacking in common sense. Seems like an honest and sweet deal. I can't find any reason to refuse. And mind you, while Spermatozoon is eating some food, he's giving some to Pochi as well. Huh? But then who'd take care of Pochi? And then we get Spermatozoon speaking, internally.
What an interesting development. Heroes should be cooperating, but instead they're competing. The Hero Association is only a few years old, and a rival is already sweeping them aside. The Monster Association's attack wasn't a waste after all, right, Pochi? Is this impressive hero group called Neo Heroes a threat to us? The answer is no. Human beings are a frail species. They can organize all they want, but a swarm of ants can't fell a gargantuan beast. The Hero Association was frightening because it was unwise enough to give free rein to destructive monsters like Tornado and Saitama. By comparison, the new heroes are polite and tame and nothing to fear. The human race is under stress right now. This new organization may temporarily relieve the tension, but weakening the Hero Association is a big minus, which means it's a big plus for us. We can eat dog food and look for a chance to strike.
And then we get Saitama. Hey, I was taking a walk and bought dog food. Saitama! Oh, this isn't Pochi's food. You have to consider nutritional balance. You just bought what was cheap. And the package says value pack dog food. And it's for a full-grown dog. Just feed him already. Pochi's only about 4 months old. Now I gotta go buy dog food. We can't trust him with Pochi. He chewed his dog toy to bits, so get a new one. Hey, did a scout approach you? Huh? What do you mean? And then someone goes, Class A hero the Bald Cape. Yeah, someone just screams, Class A hero the Bald Cape. We have come to recruit you as a candidate to be an executive. And mind you, it's these people walking towards Saitama, but they're completely engulfed in light, so we can't even make out who they are. And Saitama's just looking, and then Forte and company are going, Seriously? Saitama gets executive treatment? Are you from Neo Heroes? And that's the end of the chapter. So we have Genos encountering Blue, who's trying to bring in that frog guy's costume always cracks you up. Yeah, he's always constantly covered in it. Like, he just has either it's a dobak or it's like a gi. He's just like constantly in a gi. But he also has like the big old frog helmet on and you can't even see his face underneath. But we get Blue still looking for my mask. Because apparently when Saitama jumped away with him, Blue tried to chase after them. And apparently Blue's power is that he can only unleash this power once per suit, which means that whatever power he's using, he basically either destroys or completely shorts out the suit that he's wearing. And he has to get a brand new one. So that's interesting. Don't know if that correlates to the power he may have inherited from Blast, but that's a thing. But another thing to consider is the fact that right when he uses his power to catch up to Saitama, and he gets very close to catching up to him, Genos intercepts him, because he's wondering, like, what are you doing? Because, one, Genos doesn't know who he is, and two, he doesn't realize that Blue is part of Neo Heroes, so he's all, like, treating him like a civilian. What's a civilian doing with this highly dangerous weapon on his arm? Because Blue was, like, asking, hey, why are you interfering? And Genos is all like, what's a civilian doing with this weapon? I'm afraid it's forbidden and I'll have to bring you in. And then when it comes to, like, revealing that he's part of Neo Heroes, Genos is all like, oh? Huh, then I guess we don't have to fight then. But even Genos is confused by how Saitama's behaving with a My Mask right now, due to the fact that Saitama's line of thinking is not like everyone else's. Oh, there's a monster in front of us, and it used to be a person. Let's just treat them like a monster. Not let's hear this person out or anything. So Saitama's behavior is a bit perplexing to Genos, who has absolutely no problem, destroying monsters left and right, regardless of stance. So I got the feeling they've ordered not to take no for an answer, and they probably got ordered by Blue to recruit him. It would be interesting, because the part of the conversation that stands out to me is the fact that Genos let him know, like, no one binds Master Saitama. Because, let me go back right here. Yes, I do not, then he says, what's that Cape Chrome Dome going to do with the My Mask? Because Saitama didn't explain anything to Genos, he just did it on his own. Genos says, I do not know, he is acting apart from the Heroes Association's will. No one binds Master Saitama, and then he leaves. And then Blue is just still sulking the fact that Genos also allowed Saitama and My Mask to get away. And then Blue gets a message saying, like, a monster has appeared. Whether or not that's a My Mask remains to be seen. Then we got Forte, and then Frog Toad, or what is it? Not Battletoad. It was something. His name was Toad something. And then the dude with the butterfly, with the butterfly outfit. They've apparently been recruited by Neo Heroes. And while this is going on, Spermatuzun pretty much brings up a very valid point of the fact that the Heroes Association was not something to look down upon because they had such incredibly powerful people in their repertoire that they just allowed free reign to. And that put into the monsters' heads that, oh, they got these crazy loose cannons on their crew. So we might need to edit our plans just a little bit because that's how dangerous these people are. However, with the Heroes Association running into trouble here and there and losing face, and now a new heroic group, and I use the term heroic very loosely, with Neo Heroes popping up, now it seems like there are two Heroes Associations competing against each other, rather than working together to keep these monsters in check, which Spermatozoon sees as a win for the monsters, because if there's infighting between heroes, there's less cooperation, and a lot more cracks in the armor of heroes that will allow the monsters to get their way again. However, I mean, it's not going to go as well as Spermatozoon thinks it is. Mind you, he's slowly building up his strength by constantly eating and getting food for both him and Pochi, even though Pochi is pretty content where he's living right now, especially with Saitama. Saitama gets back, has a bag of dog food for Pochi, but it's not even the right kind, and he only bought it because it was cheap. So there's that issue. The Forte and the other guys are thinking of going to Neo Heroes because they've been recruited. The Neo Heroes are literally trying to poach people from the Heroes Association to make the Heroes Association look weaker and weaker. Oh, all these heroes, because all it will say in the headlines is, this hero went over to Neo Heroes from the Heroes Association. That hero went over to Neo Heroes from the Heroes Association. Every single hero that leaves the Heroes Association, you know, publicity-wise, is just making the association look weaker and weaker. Like, oh, they can't keep heroes? They already have Super Alloy Black Luster and Metal Bat and Sekengar and Child Emperor and all these different people. Mind you, we haven't seen Tornado ever since her fight with Saitama. Well, I call it it's a fight, but it's really one-sided. It's really one-sided with the altercation between Saitama and Tornado, but we really haven't seen much of Tornado since then. I want to say that they probably used Tornado as like the face to try and recruit people after all was said and done, but we really haven't seen much of her or Blizzard in a while. It's been a while since we've seen Tornado and Blizzard, but that's a side thing. The relationship between Saitama and the other three heroes gives such sitcom vibes. It really is like it really is like as close to Seinfeld as one could get, with Saitama being Jerry. I want to say Genos. Genos would not be George. Genos would not be George. Saitama is Jerry. Who would be Kramer? I feel King would be Kramer, but what's a other good sitcom? Friends? Would it be Friends? I can't say that there's a big main guy in Friends, because it's definitely not Ross, and it's not Chandler, and it's not Joey. What would be a good sitcom to compare them to? Huh. But yeah, it does give that aside, the relationship between Saitama and the other heroes is really it really is a sitcom vibe. Saitama's the main character and everybody else is the character that comes by his place all the time. It's all like, "Hey everybody," and then you hear the crowd screaming something like, "Woo, it's Silverbang! Woo, it's King! Woo, it's Blizzard!" And Saitama's just like saying, "Cheers! Cheers!" Saitama is what's his face from Saitama is the main guy from Cheers, and then everybody else is everyone who pops in. And who would be Norm? Afternoon, everybody. Norm! Like, I'm trying to think of who would be him. But back to the manga. I'm sorry. I just took a whole tangent off just saying like, where everybody knows your name. I'm sorry. But what we have here, is it Ted Danson or Kelsey Grammer? I want to say Ted Danson. Ted Danson was the main guy from Cheers, the one that was always behind the counter, always giving everybody drinks. Beforehand, it was the other guy, the other older gentleman who always recognized Norm and started the whole Norm every single time he walked in. I forget his name. I think his name was Coach something. It was Coach something. But Ted Danson took over. But Saitama is the Ted Danson of the sitcom group of all these heroes that come to visit him all the time. And he's all like, why are you all? But unlike Ted Danson, he's always looking at everyone like, why are you even here? Why are you why are you eating some of my food? Who invited you? Like he has that sort of mentality. So, yeah. But what we have here is while this is all going on, Saitama gets back and apparently some people have walked directly up to him to recruit him like executive recruitment. Yeah, we have come to recruit you as a candidate to be an executive. Now, whether or not this is Neo Heroes looking to recruit him, it would be interesting to see if they could try to get Saitama simply because Blue knows it's Saitama. And after his conversation with Genos, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to send people over there to try to directly recruit Saitama just so that they can get their hands on him so he could reveal the location of a My Mask and therefore make the Neo Heroes look good once they bring in a My Mask. This just screams like, hey, let's get the guy who took him. If we can't find out where he is, let's get the guy who took him, have him join our side, and then question him. And also going back to what you said, Ogata, I got the feeling they're ordered to not take no for an answer, and they probably got ordered by Blue to recruit him. See, the thing is, and I brought this up the last time we had a chapter, which was essentially last month. You can't make Saitama do anything. If you think him, because more than likely he's gonna say no. Because one, he has a new place. He's got a new place. He's chilling. He's able to just continue to be a hero for fun as much as he wants, and he's living in a much better place other than an old abandoned city simply because no one else was there and the rent was very, very cheap where he was. So it's not like, oh, you're recruiting me. Huh. That's nice. I don't care. I'm staying where I'm at. I literally just got, because with Saitama's mentality, he'd be all like, I literally just got this place. I'm fine where I am. I don't need to go anywhere. So I can imagine that they'll probably want to try and force him, which will probably go as one would expect. He will then proceed to knock them out and have their body prints with their bodies embedded into the ground around the area. And things will probably get more intense with the Neo Heroes if this is what happens. Because, I mean, like I said, you can't make Saitama do anything. So I honestly feel the way things could possibly go, and this is just a very, very, very massive hypothetical. This is just a hypothetical theory. If things do not proceed as Blue wants them to by having these people go and recruit Saitama, and that's even if they're here from Neo Heroes to recruit Saitama, if things do not go the way Blue wants them to, then Blue seems like the type of individual that would use drastic measures in order to get Saitama to join their side. And seeing as Saitama is the type of individual who does not care, nor can he be made to do anything because he is simply strong. Not that strong, because that strong would insinuate like there's an upper limit to it. But no, Saitama is just strong. He is just power. So if things don't proceed the way Blue would want them to, he would probably take drastic measures, each one ending worse than the last, because trying to make Saitama do anything winds up with you getting punched. It usually winds up with you getting punched, or whoever was sent by this person for them to get punched. So things are not going to go as swell as Blue would make them to be if these are individuals trying to recruit him for Neo Heroes. Because honestly, getting on Saitama's bad side is one of the worst things you could possibly do. But also annoying him is also one of the worst things you can do, because either one of those situations usually ends up with someone getting punched. Usually. The only exceptions is like the people that drop by Saitama's house. And that's Blizzard, Flashy Flash, Bang, King. And that's it. Genos gets a pass just a little bit, but even then, can't go overboard. Only few people don't get under Saitama's skin to the point where he wants to punch every single one of them. He gets tempted, but not to the point where he actually does it. Halster, good to see you. We had a good chapter of, we had a good chapter of Saitama today, but of One Punch Man, which looks like it's going to be an interesting setup chapter for the next one we get. No telling if we're going to get another one this month, or if the next chapter of One Punch Man will drop in January, but this does set up some things, because my theory, and that of Ogata as well, is that Saitama is looking to be recruited by the Neo Heroes, at least if this final frame is anything to go by. And it's probably going to make things worse for the Neo Heroes if Saitama refuses to bend to their will, because that means that there's someone from the Heroes Association that they can't subjugate, let alone recruit. And that would probably spell bad things for them if a hero from the Heroes Association is refusing them and they can't get them, despite how much pull they have, because they have financial support, they have governmental support, they have military support, they have all this support, yet they can't get Saitama. I feel, for the life of me, they will try tooth and nail to get their hands on Saitama. And when he keeps saying no, that's when things are going to get so much more serious, especially if Blue continues to step in. Love that Genos stepped in, so do I. Because at the time, Genos has no idea who Blue is, but was willing to step in there after seeing someone chase after Saitama. It was all like, what are you doing? Just the fact that Blue had to use his power and in order to forcibly catch up to Saitama, and Genos just easily intercepted him and stopped him. It was all like, what are you doing here? So I wonder what Blue's power is. That's what I want to find out. And then I will compare it to Blast. You know, the man that can open up portals into different dimensions, even send titanic attacks into the vast reaches of space. I still can't get over that this man teleported so much power from just the collision of Garo and Saitama punching each other into a deeper part of space, and now that's an entire area of space that is just empty, and it's just empty. So I love Blast's powers. I love his powers. But if this is, and I'll end it with this note, because I tend to carry on saying the same things about One Punch Man quite a bit, so I apologize for that. But if this is indeed members of Neo Heroes looking to recruit Saitama, they are in for a rude awakening, because if there's one thing that Saitama cannot really stand, it's people who don't get the picture. And if he says he's not interested and they keep persisting, they are going to get punched. And if they get punched because they couldn't recruit Saitama, more than likely the Neo Heroes will try to get him by other means. And I'm pretty sure it's probably going to end badly for every party involved, trying to make Saitama side with them. Because, just like Genos said, no one binds Master Saitama. No one ever has! Not even time can bind him, because he made himself go back in time to stop Garo from killing everyone. Not even time and space can bind Saitama. Ooh, the story is so good. The story is so good. But I'm looking forward to the next chapter. I'm looking forward to it. But overall, yes, I did enjoy myself, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter has, to see if these people are from Neo Heroes, and our theories, both Ogata's and mine, are both correct. That's what I want to know. But we'll find out in the next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my live reaction to One Punch Man. If you're expecting me to show images, I can't because of copyright reasons, and I would very much like to continue to do my one and only job. And I thank you for understanding. But for Ogata and Halster and everybody in between, it is an immense honor and privilege to be your entertainer on this Wednesday. All I can say to you is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out the Patreon, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.